I'm Chef Brian McDermott from Donegal, and I am very sad that I will not be with you in Milwaukee this year, but hopefully we'll be there in 2021, and we all know the reasons why we can't be there this year, but we are going to bring you a bit of love from Donegal. So I'm going to cook a recipe from my book Donegal Table, and I'm very proud to say that the book Donegal Table won the best cookery book in the world last year in China. So I will look forward in 21 to getting out and sharing even more recipes from the book Donegal Table, but please enjoy our quick, simple little recipe that I'm going to bring you for this year's virtual Milwaukee Fest in 2020. Okay, homemade burger, that to me is just heaven, particularly when it's encased in with lovely seasoned tomatoes, some local cheddar, but it all has to start with good quality Irish beef, and that's what I have here. I've got some minced beef, but to get flavour into that burger, I'm a big fan of frying off some onions. So I know with most burgers, people will like fried onions on the burger afterwards. Try getting the fried onion into the actual burger and the cheese, and I'm putting in some nutmeg as well, and you'll just find a huge element of surprise in the flavour and the quality of the finished burger product. So for the start of that, we're just going to fry off some onion in some Donegal rapeseed oil, quality rapeseed oil grown here locally, and into that is just the onion fried. So we're really gonna, remember you can eat onion raw, so all we're actually doing there is just we're bringing out the flavour of the onion, and I'm going to season that with a bit of grounded white pepper. I've become a big fan of grounded white pepper over black in the last while, and then to that I'm going to add some fresh nutmeg. For me it's a whole nutmeg, and I got my hands on this years ago. It's just a preferred little grater that I have to freshly grind that. You don't need too much either. There we go. Now I can smell that immediately, because nutmeg with beef and in onions is an amazing flavour. Now always remember, you can always add, but you can't take away when it comes to spice. And just a pinch of sea salt into that, and we're just going to allow that just to fry. And when you're frying onions, you most definitely need a little bit of butter in there. So good quality Irish butter, back in fashion, which is amazing. We're back using what we were reared on, which is quality Irish butter with the oil, and the oil will stop the butter burning, and you'll see immediately you're getting a lovely caramelized flavour, and the smell, trust me, of the onions cooking there is fantastic. So we'll let that fry away lightly. Now remember, the burgers are also going to be cooked, so there still will be further cooking of the onion. So all this is doing is releasing the caramelization in the onions, which is going to go straight into the beef. So I'm happy enough with that, and I'm going to put it into the minced beef. Personally, I prefer somewhere between maybe about 5 to 10% fat within the minced beef as well, and that's exactly what we have in there. So you speak to your local butcher and just make sure you get the right combination. Just break the onion in through there, and now to that we're going to add an egg, and I'm very lucky. I work with Margaret's free range Irish eggs, which are absolutely fantastic eggs. They're just great flavour, and they enrich in anything. So the egg is going in here because it's going to help hold the actual burger together. And then also to that is the grated cheese. So don't be put off by getting the grated cheese in at this stage, because that is going to melt as the burger cooks, and trust me, it'll deliver the most sensational bacon, onion and cheese burger. So once you have that mixed in, you're breaking up the egg yolk, and then to dry it up slightly and basically create just a nice texture to the patty or to the burger meat, we're going to add some breadcrumb in with the breadcrumb, and then you get a little bit dirty and get in with your hands to get the feel of that and just to mold it together. Because one thing that I'll insist on is that when you mold this together, that you put it into the fridge, just allow it to hold its shape. Now this will make 4 really decent size, almost quarter pounder style of a burger. So remember, this is raw meat, so once you get in with your hand just to form that together, you'll notice that it will all come together perfectly. And then we're going to break that in half and then into half again, and that is going to help us just form in the palm of your hand. And as far as I'm concerned, you should never eat any more than what you can hold in the palm of your hand. So that's an ideal indicator of a portion size. So look at that, we're not squeezing that, we're just holding that together. And when that is done, we're going to just place it directly onto just a little bit of parchment paper. So I'll quickly do the 4 of those again, palm of the hand, just batten it out, keep the shape slightly round on that. And I'm going to put those into the fridge for about 4 minutes just to allow those to harden up. So I've chilled these down for about 15 minutes. It just firms them up perfectly. So to fry them, some rapeseed oil, so dry heat your pan and just add in a drizzle of the rapeseed oil. And then to that, just directly add in one at a time. And with a pan, I think like a clock, you add the first one, 12 o'clock, and the second one at about 1/4 and so on, right around, because it just tells you that that's when you need to start turning then at each of the stages first for consistency. So we're going to allow that, there we go, just to fry for a few minutes on each side. Perfect. Okay, so I've turned those over and you'll see they have lovely colour and they've held together, which is brilliant. So I'm only going to give those just a couple of minutes on that side, and then I'm going to transfer them to a tray and into the oven. So around about 6 minutes in the oven. Well, that's our first one. Now look at that, lovely and puffed up, and that's guaranteed to be so succulent. And I will transfer each of those to the oven for about the 6 minutes. Okay, so they have definitely cooked perfect and they're lovely and spongy and light, which is what I want. So it's now just down to how we assemble the burger. I'm using some brioche bun because there's a nice sweetness to them. And for me, just onto the base of them, I have toasted them. I'm going to add to it some chutney. So this is chutney that we've made with some local Donegal beer. So it's got some raisins, got some apples in there. It's not your normal tomato one. I actually prefer it. It's more like a ploughman style, but you use what you wish or a little bit of relish. So that to the bottom of it. And we're going to go directly and straight on with our burger patties that are cooked. Now remember, you've got the onion in there, you've got the cheese in there, you've absolutely everything that you need in there. Nutmeg, just to give it lovely flavour. And to that I'm going to add some tomato. Now what I've done with the tomato is I've sliced them and put a little bit of salt onto them, and that's been deliberate just to draw the moisture out of them. And some lettuce just to give it, we'll curl that up, it doesn't need to be that big, just to give a nice little bit of a crunch and texture to that. One very well seasoned ripened tomato. For me, a few gherkins, which are perfect. And we'll repeat that with the second one. So we'll use a different lettuce here. And this is lettuce that we have grown in the garden. We're lucky enough this time of year that it has sprouted up and we're getting decent weather at the moment as well. And then we're going to cap that off. Now that is a decent eat as far as I'm concerned. It's a lovely burger. It's using quality Irish beef, some good quality Irish cheddar. It's got egg in there to bind it all together. So for those of you that are watching this in Milwaukee, I have a few things I'd like to say to you. Firstly, I am gutted that I'm not going to be with you live this year. Secondly, I hope this brings a little taste of Donegal and Ireland to you. It inspires you. And thirdly and finally, we will be back. We'll be back in Milwaukee next year. Donegal will be back, and in the meantime, Donegal will wait and we will project as a tourism destination. And again, thank you very much.
We're here on location today at Callan Construction with Phil Callan and Christy Pryor, sponsors of Irish Fest. Phil, Christy, welcome. And Phil, how did you guys get involved with Irish Fest?
Well, we got involved with Irish Fest really by, I think the first time was building the Callan Cottage for the Heritage Center.
For those of you that don't know, Callan Construction, Phil, what do you all do here and how long have you all been in business?
My brother Tom and I started the business in 1986. We are a what we call home improvement windows and siding company, and also a full line remodeler, doing kitchens, baths, lower levels. If you're looking for new windows, we have the Infinity Window by Marvin. It's a fiberglass product. It's gorgeous. It has a non-wood stainable inside, so we can match existing wood in your house, and you get a lifetime warranty on that window, and it's 8 times stronger than vinyl and 4 or 5 times stronger than wood.
Our mission statement is we believe in people and
Our customers and their homes.
so that's something, being a sponsor of Irish Fest and Celtic MKE is one of the cornerstones of Callan is getting involved in the community, doing the Callan Cottage in the Cultural Village, as well as then last year creating the Callan Celtic Kitchen, which was a great opportunity for us. Being a part of a festival that celebrates the music and culture of the Irish heritage is really exciting and fulfilling to us because of Phil and Tom's Irish culture and background, and that, that's something that we talk about as far as being a part of the community.
And I understand we're standing here in one of your vignettes for our kitchen. Christy mentioned something about a special event here on St. Patrick's Day.
On St. Patrick's Day, I cook corned beef and cabbage for everybody, and
it's something that we all really do appreciate and enjoy on St. Patrick.
So Callan has 2 locations. Can you tell us where you're located and website information?
So we've got 2 showroom locations, so that's in Muskego on Janesville Road, as well as Brookfield, that's on Capitol Drive. Our website is callcallan.com to make it easier, and our phone number is 414-529-5509. And at this time, we are scheduling our appointments by appointment only, so we're not, letting walk-ins come into our showroom. We are also offering a virtual consultation option, just for the comfort of our customers.
What are you going to miss about this year's festival?
I think seeing old friends, people that you pretty much see once a year at Irish Fest, seeing the crowds, watching friends' kids dance.
So next year we'll be celebrating our actual 40th anniversary. What do you see for us doing next year on this?
Well, again, I think it's such a family event that just to see everybody together.
And I think especially after this year without events and things happening, that next year is going to be all that much greater because we are going to be able to be on site and feel it and hear it and really be a part of that festival. It's going to be exciting next year, so yeah.
So first of all, I want to thank you from Celtic Milwaukee and Irish Fest for your great sponsorship, and we really do look forward to next year's 40th celebration with you guys.
Great, well thank you guys, and let's have fun at the virtual Irish Fest, right?
Yes, we will.
Let her go, boys, bring her head around into the weather. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward, home to Mingalay. Care we though white the spray is? What care we though for winter weather? So heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward, home to Mingalay. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys, bring her head round into the weather. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, sailing homeward, home to Mingalay. Heel ya ho, 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 heel ya ho. Wives are waiting on the blanket, oh, looking seaward onto the weather. So pull her up, boys,
I'm going to marry Mary for my marriage to care of me. Well, I'll be feeling merry when I marry Mary Mac. Rout the dout and diddly yodel doodle doodle da. That's your part.
Dresses down on the dance floor, rolling the dice and spin the wheel. But he took most delight in the slip jigs and reels. Some say the devil is dead, the devil is dead, the devil is dead. Some say the devil